friends, welcome back to Isha Accounts Hub. So today I am going to start with the next chapter, which is the rules of debit and credit. See, in order to understand that which account is to be debited and which account is to be credited, first of all there is a need to understand that what is the nature of the account. So the accounts are classified under two approaches, traditional approach and second is modern approach. Today I would be dealing only with the traditional approach and modern approach will be doing tomorrow. So under traditional approach there are three types of accounts: personal, real and nominal. In case of personal, we have natural personal accounts, artificial personal accounts, representative personal accounts. So let's see what are these. Personal accounts. Personal accounts are those accounts which are related to persons. जो अकाउंट्स एक पर्सन से रिलेट करते हैं वो पर्सनल अकाउंट्स आ जाते हैं. जैसे कोई फर्म का अकाउंट है, कोई इंडिविजुअल है, कोई कंपनी है, डेटर्स हैं, इनके अकाउंट्स पर्सनल अकाउंट होते हैं. फॉर एग्जांपल इफ़ वी से दैट राम एंड कंपनी का अकाउंट है, दैट द नेचर ऑफ दैट अकाउंट इज़ पर्सनल. Similarly, capital, drawings, it is the account of the proprietor of the business. So therefore these are personal accounts. Natural personal accounts, it also relates to the persons only. It will only include the name of the individual persons. For example, Ram account, Asha's account, any other account, Sham, Lakshman, any account. Artificial personal account, it includes the account of corporate bodies or institutions which are recognized as persons in business dealings. Now in artificial personal accounts, it comes into the category of the corporate bodies, any of the institutes in which the persons are there who are dealing the business. So that would also come under the category of personal account. For example, if we say that the account of the club is being managed by the persons only, so the account of the club would be the personal account. Similarly, the account of the cooperative society, it would also come under the category of personal account. Next is representative personal account. These are accounts which represent a certain person और ग्रुप ऑफ पर्सनस. मतलब जो अकाउंट एक सर्टेन पर्सन को रिप्रेजेंट करता है, दैट अकाउंट इज़ कॉल्ड एज रिप्रेजेंटेटिव पर्सनल अकाउंट्स. फॉर एग्जांपल, रेंट पे करना है लैंडलॉर्ड को, तो ये जो आउटस्टैंडिंग रेंट है ये बुक्स में ओपन अप हो जाएगा. अब ये आउटस्टैंडिंग रेंट जो है ये रिप्रेजेंट कर रहा है कि ये जो अमाउंट है ये हमने पे करनी है लैंडलॉर्ड को. तो ये अकाउंट रिप्रेजेंट कर रहा है एक पर्सन को, दैट इज़ द लैंडलॉर्ड. देयरफॉर इट इज़ द रिप्रेजेंटेटिव पर्सनल अकाउंट्स. फर्स्टली वी आर रिक्वायर्ड टू सी the nature of account and then we would be applying the rule of debit and credit. The rule is debit the receiver, credit the giver. Next comes the real accounts. Real accounts are basically related to the tangible assets or the intangible assets of the firm. For example, we know tangible are land, machinery, buildings, stock, furniture, cash. Intangible assets include goodwill, copyrights, patents, trademarks, all these. And here the rule would be debit what comes in, credit what goes out. Nominal account. Nominal accounts are related to expenses, losses, gains, revenue. These all are coming into the category of nominal accounts. For example, salary, purchases, interest paid, wages paid, sales account, commission received account. These are all coming into the category of nominal accounts. And to see that which account is to be debited and which account is to be credited, the rule is debit all expenses and losses, credit all incomes and gains. Next, we will be doing the question. From this it would be more clear. Now see the question. Mr. Mohan started business with rupees 50,000 in cash. Now see, the accounts involved are cash and capital. Cash and capital. And the nature of the account, see, the cash is the asset which is our real account, and capital belongs to the individual proprietor of the business, therefore it is the personal account. Now according to the rule, real account, the rule is that debit what comes in and credit what goes out. So here the cash is being coming into the business, so therefore the amount of rupees 5 lakh, it would be debited. Why debited? Because cash is being coming into the business. So reason is that the cash comes in. Cash comes in. Now capital, the nature of the capital account is personal, and if we remember the rule is debit the receiver, credit the giver. Here the reason would come the giver. Why giver? Because individual proprietor is bringing the capital into the business, so therefore it would be the personal account, and it is the case of the giver, so therefore capital would be credited with rupees 5 lakh. So the entry would be cash account debit to capital account 5 lakh. Next comes purchased goods for cash rupees 1 lakh. Now see, the accounts involved in these are purchases, and the another one is the cash. Now again, purchases, the nature of the account is nominal. Now nominal, cash is our asset, so it is our real account. The reason that if we see that which account is to be debited and credited, we will remember the rule. According to traditional approach, nominal, the rule is debit all expenses and losses. Here we are incurring an expense of rupees 1 lakh because we are purchasing the goods, so therefore it would be debited with rupees 1 lakh, and the reason would be that it is an expense. Next, cash, it is a real account. The rule is debit what comes in and credit what goes out. Here the reason is goes out. Why goes out? Because we are paying that very cash in order to buy the goods, so therefore 1 lakh would be credited. So the entry would be purchases account debited to cash account rupees 1 lakh. Next, third is sold goods for cash rupees 1,50,000. Now the accounts involved are cash and sale. Now if we see the nature of the account, cash is again our asset, that is the real, and sale is our nominal account, because nominal, we have seen the meaning that it is related to expenses, losses, gains and incomes. Now if we go through the reason that which account is to be debited or credited, real account, here the cash is being coming into the business, so the reason is comes in, and sale is our income. So therefore, according to the rule, real account says debit what comes in, so therefore cash of rupees 150 would be debited, and then sale is there, which is our nominal account, which denote debit all expenses and losses, credit all incomes and gains. Therefore 150 would be credited. So the entry would be cash account debited to sale account rupees 1,50,000. Next, received interest from Ram in cash. See, first of all, the accounts involved are cash and interest. Cash and the another is interest. Now again we are required to see nature. Cash is our real and interest is our nominal. Now according to the rule, real account, the rule is debit what comes in, credit what goes out. Here the reason it is that cash is coming into the business, so therefore the reason is comes in. And then nominal, the rule is debit all expenses and losses, credit all incomes and gains. So there is the income of rupees 500. So therefore cash would be debited with rupees 500 and interest account would be credited by rupees 500. So the entry would be cash account debit to interest account rupees 500. Fifth is sold goods to Ashok for rupees 60,000. Now we will see the accounts involved. Firstly, the accounts involved are Ashok and sale. Because there is a credit sale, always see that if the name is there, then it means that there is the credit sale to that very person. So therefore the account involved is Ashok and sale. Now we will see the nature of account. Ashok is the individual person, therefore it would be our personal account, and sale is our nominal account because it is related to all the expenses, losses, gains and income. Now if we see the reason, now from Ashok we are required to take rupees 60,000. So therefore he is our debtor, he is our receiver. We have to take from him rupees 60,000. So as per personal, he is our receiver. So personal, the rule is debit the receiver, credit the giver. Therefore Ashok would be debited with rupees 60,000. Next is sale. It is our nominal account. We are getting the income. So therefore according to the rule, if we see, nominal says debit all expenses and losses, credit all incomes and gain. So there is the income of rupees 60,000. Therefore the sale account would be credited with rupees 60,000. So the entry would be Ashok account debit to sales account rupees 60,000. Next, purchased furniture for rupees 50,000. Now again we have to see, the first step is the accounts involved. Here the accounts involved are furniture and cash. Why not purchases? Because whenever an asset is being purchased, we term that asset in passing the journal entry, and whenever the goods are purchased, we mention the term purchases. So here the accounts involved are furniture and cash. See, cash is our asset, so it is our real. फर्नीचर एसेट हो गया, अगेन ये भी क्या है, हमारा रियल है. नाउ वी आर रिक्वायर्ड टू सी that which account is to be debited and which account is to be credited. According to the real account, furniture is coming into the business. So the reason is comes in, and cash is going out, so the reason is goes out. So according to the rule, debit what comes in is the furniture, that is rupees 50,000 would be debited, and credit what goes out is the cash. So therefore cash account would be credited with rupees 50,000, and the entry is furniture account debit to cash account rupees 50,000. Next, last is paid wages rupees 20,000. Now the wages paid are in the form of cash, so the account involved would be wages and cash. Cash is our real account because it is an asset, and wages relates to all the incomes, expenses, gains, losses, which is the account of nominal. Now if we see the reason why it is which account is to be debited and which account is to be credited, according to the rule of the nominal account, debit is all the expenses and the losses. So there is the expense, as we are paying the wages, so there is the expense of rupees 20,000. So therefore 20,000 would be debited to the wages account. Then in case of real account, cash is going out in order to pay the wages. So in case of real, the rule is debit what comes in and credit what goes out. Here 20 would be credited because the cash is going out in order to pay the wages. So therefore the entry would be wages account debit to cash account rupees 20,000. So in order to do any of the question, we are required to remember the steps. The first step we are to see in case of traditional approach. Firstly, we are required to see the accounts which are involved in it, and then we are to see their nature, and then we are to see that whether the account is to be debited or credited. These are the 3 steps through which we can pass the journal entry. Remembering these 3 steps would make you easy to pass the journal entry. So our traditional approach is finished, and tomorrow I will be coming up with the modern approach. Till then, do some more questions for practice so that it becomes easy for you. So till then, bye bye guys. Don't forget to like, subscribe and share my channel. Press the bell icon for more updates. Bye bye.